This is Unpopular Opinions. Let's just call it 2.5. I'm here once again with Chris on speakerphone. How you doing, pal?
Doing good.
Are ya?
Good. Okay. So what I was going to talk about earlier, though, was when we were trying to think of all these fucking ideas earlier at dinner, and I was just trying to talk about anything because of that bitch. She was being all cunty. And anyways, I just started talking about the lakes, the water level super low, some of the lowest of the dam.
Oh shit.
And so basically what's happening is send water in states, I believe it's seven states, including Mexico. And so basically, obviously the person, or the state that takes the most water from us is obviously California, and most of it goes to LA. Is the levels are getting so low now that there are these intake valves, these giant intake valves that pull the water in.
Mm-hmm.
So these giant intake valves that are starting to stick out of the water just open now. They're not taking any more water because the water level is so low.
Jesus.
And my brother and I talked to some of the rangers that work there, and asking them, exactly what, is there any way that the levels are going to get higher? And so she's basically saying, have to wait for the Rockies, whatever, to start melting, like the snow needs to start melting, whatever, and coming down, but for whatever reason, it's taking longer now for that to happen.
Yeah.
And so we're not getting, obviously, rain isn't going to, solve the problem. We have been getting a lot of rain. Not a lot of rain lately, but we have been getting rain. It was
more than usual, yeah.
Yeah, so anyways, so they're basically already starting to say how, whole not having a water is actually becoming a problem, and, because we're fucking running out of it, and this was something I still remember talking about years and years and years ago, with my brother and stuff, the one sure way for everyone to die besides having a disease or, a giant earthquake, or a giant, catastrophe or something, natural disaster, would basically be if we all ran out of water.
Oh, yeah.
And so now it's actually starting to happen. So basically over in, the Middle East and stuff, they're already fighting over water. People are actually, killing each other over water.
What?
This is actually happening, because they're running out of water. And now it's basically starting to happen to us now, slowly. We're obviously concerned about it, but you can still go in freely right now go to a sink and just, leave the water running without really worrying about it.
Well, yeah, I was about to say, if millions and millions of people in the U.S. can fucking dump an entire bucket of water on themselves for charity, then I don't think we're doing too bad.
Well, exactly, and that's actually another thing that actually bothers me, though, is, how people are fucking doing that shit.
The ice bucket challenge?
When there are actually people killing each other over water already. That's just how bad this is coming, this water, the drought that the earth is basically experiencing. And, it's slowly happening. Some people would argue, oh no, it's just fucking the water levels are getting low. That's what fucking happens.
Yeah, but why are the water levels getting low? What's that gonna lead to? You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, exactly, because they're some of the lowest we've seen, and...
when there's water in a glass and it's getting low, what does that mean? It means you're almost out of water. It's not that hard to figure out.
Yeah, exactly, and somebody would say, you could just go fucking refill it. Well, that's the thing is, usually it would have been refilled by now. Usually it would, because before, water levels got super low, but eventually they would start returning back to normal. But now, at the lake, they're already saying it's not happening. It's taking longer than it usually does, And
but it is replenishing though, isn't it?
No, not currently. unfortunately.
Not at all.
It's getting lower every single day.
Shit.
Actually, it hasn't even like gone stagnant yet. It's getting lower every day.
See, I might sound a little uneducated and just downright retarded when it comes down to this subject, because I honestly have not been following this at all. So you're kind of the host of Unpopular Opinions tonight, but it is something I've always had in the back pocket though, because it's like I remember being younger, being like 10, 11 years old, and seeing on cable just fucking like all these different commercials stating that Nevada is in a drought, and that they made all these laws like you can't water unless it's nighttime, and those laws are still in motion and everything, but it's like nobody pays attention to them, because it's like it's not really affecting us, because we can just we could still fill a bucket up full of water and dump it on our heads to which I understand the bit of hypocrisy for anybody who follows me on Instagram, because I did take part in the Ice Bucket Challenge, which I'll just state now that the only reason I did was because it's a fun way to act. It's a fun way to do a little spontaneous thing while also raising awareness about something that was otherwise hardly ever talked about. But that's besides the point. The fact of the matter is that the whole drought, the whole loss of water thing doesn't really apply to us, because I could still fucking do that, or I could just head down to 7-Eleven and pick up a bottle of Dasani whenever the fuck I want,
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and it's not an immediate issue, but that's what they're saying is, and that's what's happening. With these lake levels getting lower and lower, that it's going to be an issue. That's just basically like saying, we detected that you have these cancer cells or something that are small right now, and it's basically insignificant, and you can continue on as normal.
But in about 20 years, they're gonna fucking eat away at you and kill you.
Well, exactly. It's gonna be fucking 10 to 100 times worse in a matter of time, and then it's going to be even close. Then there's less you can do about it if you wait around, And I see exactly what you're saying. You can just right now. It doesn't seem like a problem that's concerned, but that's the thing. Is it doesn't seem like it's something you should be concerned about when it will be. It's going to be.
Exactly, like with the with the cancer metaphor, or that you just mentioned. It's like with something like that, it's like, oh, you have cancer cells that are insignificant in your body, and they're not going to hurt you for another 20 years. You're thinking, well, shit, I'll just worry about it then. Well, I'll enjoy life while I can. But then the second, 20 years later, it's eating away at you, and you're just like, fuck, this is just terrible.
Yeah, exactly. Or you're going to get to the point where, oh, shit, I didn't enjoy life as much as I thought I should have.
Anticipated, yeah.
So now I want to live it up as much as I possibly can right before I die, or I wish there's something I could do about it. You know what I mean? So that's the thing, the water levels are getting lower each day, and the only reason we started noticing it was because we go to the lake often.
Oh, yeah.
And so finally, when we went back a few months ago, we were starting to, just slowly over time, we just started seeing how much lower it was getting, how it was getting low and low and low, until it got to the point where we were like, whoa, what the fuck? We used to fish here, you used to be able to swim here, and you couldn't fucking touch your feet to the bottom, nothing. Like, before it was like 20 feet deep here, and now you can fucking walk. You can fucking walk in it. And,
dude, I was just about to bring that same thing up. Me and a couple friends, we went up to Lake Mead on 4th of July, and it was the same way. We were walking around, and there was absolutely no water. There was absolutely no water where we were walking around, and we could see where the fucking water level was before, and it was like 20 feet up. Like, legitimately, but we were walking on sand with like a bunch of fucking shards of glass and seashells and all this stupid shit all over the fucking place,
Yeah, it's fucking nutty. So that's the thing. That's what they're saying. Where it keeps taking water out to send to all these different states and whatnot, and even including Mexico. it's not being replenished at all. That's like spending money, but you don't have a job. You're not getting checks anymore, but you're spending the money that you did have.
Yeah, exactly. The money, your wallet won't refill ever.
So that's what I was talking to them about today when I was at the bowl, how it's like to become a real thing, whether we're concerned about it right now or not, that it's like could become a problem where at one point we might be fighting over water. I mean, unless somebody finds a way to break down and synthesize or something the salt water in the oceans, because the Earth is like 75% or 80% water or something like that. I'm not totally sure.
Yeah, 85.
But, until they
I think
figure out how they can do that in mass quantities, cleaning the salt water out, we could be fucked.
Yeah.
Like everyone could be fucked because we totally run out of water, the most essential and basic. It's that if you die if you don't have water for 3 days, you'll die. That's it. You die of dehydration.
No, it's the first basic element to human life. That's why everybody was so astonished when they found water on Mars, because they're like, wow, like.
I think our bodies are made up of 75 or 80% water.
Yeah, some shit like that.
Fucking insane. Yeah, so water literally is everything, and that could be the reason we fucking die, and that's not what I'm saying is gonna happen. But it's actually usually here in America, it's like we're not really worried about third world problems and shit. Running like starvation, running out of water, shit like that. But now it's actually like I'm starting to see even at the lake, like how low these fucking levels are getting. Like, whoa, this shit is actually real. This could become a problem.
Now,
because,
based on this, do you think this is just the natural order of things, or do you think that people are to blame, or is it like a little bit of both?
It could be a little bit of both. I mean, we have so many fucking. I mean, most of the water is going to LA.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and you know how many fucking people live there.
Oh yeah.
They've already used up all their water sources. And all the water in LA is coming from other states.
Oh yeah.
And so that's the thing. There's so many fucking people. So I mean, right off the bat, I mean, everyone knows. Well, I mean, obviously, a lot of people do argue it, but at least in my opinion, I do think we have a population issue.
You think overpopulation, right?
Yeah,
okay.
Overpopulation, definitely. That's in my personal opinion.
Oh no, I'm right with you.
Yeah, some people say that it's quite the opposite, that we need more people on the planet because this mass. So that's the thing is, I mean, it should be both because obviously the Earth over time always experiences rising water levels and decreasing water levels and blah, blah, blah. I mean, over in Italy, I was just watching this thing on ancient, like, underwater civilizations.
Right.
Basically, civilizations that are completely submerged now. One of them includes the city of Alexandria, Egypt, I believe, where they think Cleopatra is.
Oh, wow.
And it's completely underwater. And what it's from is basically they've done studies of the soil. And so basically over millions of years or whatever it is, the water levels get super high and go way up on the coastlines where, say if you were like on America or whatever, it would completely cover Florida completely and go up, Texas would be like halfway underwater.
Shit.
And then over time it goes back, it recedes. And they're saying it does this, it's always done this, and it will continue to do it. So basically, eventually all our coastlines, all our coastal cities, New York, Miami, places like in California and shit, eventually, no matter what, it might be a long time from now, but all those places will be completely underwater, no matter what. And
Jesus.
so that, I mean, it could just be a natural way of things that these water levels, are getting so low. But the thing is they're getting so low because people are drinking it, and using the water. And we don't know. Usually, like they're saying, that it's taking longer for the lake to replenish. And usually, it would have been starting to refill by now, and it's not, because the ice and shit, the snow or whatever on mountains isn't melting. We might not be getting enough rain, so one might argue, well, why isn't the snow melting? Does it have something to do with climate change from global warming, or, why? What the fuck's happening? We don't know. Because you would think that snow would just fucking be melting if it was global warming. I don't know, it could be a mix of both, but right now, in my opinion, it seems like it's because there's so many fucking people that need water, and, so the earth just can't really fucking keep up.
I think if we got the entire population of I'm not going to go huge, well, this is still pretty huge, but not in comparison to the entire world, but if somehow everybody in America was on the same page with this type of shit, it'd be a lot easier to figure out, because there are obviously a lot of wasteful, things that water's being used for that we could live without, such as the ice bucket challenge, or the only reason I bring that one up, I keep bringing that one up, is because it didn't dawn on me till now, for some reason, but that thing is so mainstream right now, and, so many fucking people are doing it, so it's like, that was one thing that never popped into my head, is how much fucking water that's wasting.
Well, yeah, dude, I don't know how, I think I came across it on Twitter, that I just started seeing, funny vines and shit of people fucking up, and then I just kept seeing it, and then I was all over YouTube, it was trending, and then I kept seeing that it was saying ALS, so I went ahead and I looked it up.
Lou Gehrig's disease, yeah.
Yeah, it's Lou Gehrig's disease. That's cool. If people are, donating money and shit to do it, that's fucking cool. To help raise awareness. In a way, it's sad that we have to fucking...
We have to come up with gimmicks such as that to get certain people to...
Exactly. It's a fucking donate. It's good because they're making a lot of money and shit, but it's I don't know. To me, it's so fucking stupid. You just dump a bucket of water and shit over your head. And so everyone just thinks that this is just fucking absolutely awesome and just hysterical.
Yeah.
I guess that's the only thing that bothers me, that it's these people just love this dumbest shit. It's mainstream music. People just love this fucking garbage.
Well, again, I did participate, and I'm not trying to state that, fuck you, it's the most meaningful thing anybody could do, I partly did it for fun, because, who cares?
Yeah, exactly.
But, if it gets, there's only one reason I actually decided to do it. And that's because, one, I realized it was a gimmick, and that's, it's a way to get more people to realize it. And two, the first time I saw one of those Ice Bucket Challenge videos, I looked up what ALS is, and I had no fucking idea what ALS was before that. I didn't even know what Lou Gehrig's disease was. I just knew that that it existed. I had no idea what it was. And so I looked it up, and and I was like, wow, okay. And then it dawned on me, I was like, okay, if this stupid fucking video inspired me to look up something that's actually serious and could potentially help if I actually had money to donate, then, I guess it's doing something right. So I was like, okay, you know what? If I fucking have some fun with a buddy and dump some water over my head and it gets one other person to Google what the fuck this ALS shit is, then you know what? I guess it can't hurt. So I did it.
Yeah, and that's cool. cool, and it's actually a cool. I think that's a good thing for other associations that are for like disease prevention or cures or for whatever.
Right.
Now they can see that and see how things trend and make up these just dumb challenges or whatever that are fun for people to get onto, to hop on, so they can also donate and shit and raise awareness about it.
It's weird though, because the ice bucket challenge existed before the ALS shit was going down. You know what I mean? Like, people were just dumping buckets of ice water on their head just for a challenge, just like the cinnamon challenge or whatever. This one's just obviously a lot more. It's a lot less dangerous. I'll just say that.
Yeah, so it's safer.
Yeah, because I mean, what? Unless you already have pneumonia or hypothermia, what's it gonna do?
Yeah. One of the ones that actually, because I had only seen a couple videos of people like totally failing at it.
Yeah, I actually saw a big compilation video of that today, and I was laughing my ass off.
Oh, okay, yeah, I just saw one of this kid fucking, dropping, one kid getting hit by, like, a trash can. But, I watched the Bill Gates version of when he does it. And it's kind of funny, it's, like, really fucking cheesy, because he goes ahead and he's, like, sitting there in his fucking, like, weird-ass looking semi-casual business outfit. And, he's there, and he has a blueprint sketching out, and he, starts acting like he's drawing up this invention, this contraption for dumping the ice bucket on his head in, the most just amazing fashion. And he's, he has this, fucking rulers out and shit, and he's, tracing the drawing, but you can tell it's already been fucking drawn for him.
Yeah.
And then it goes to the part where it's already, built, and he's acting like he's fucking welding a piece together, but he's, barely even holding the blowtorch to the fucking metal.
Yeah.
So I just thought it was weird, these people fucking built this shit for him, and then he's just alright, now I want you to fucking film me while I'm acting like I'm fucking doing it myself, when I don't know how.
When I'm fucking worth $60 billion, and that's a complete accurate number. That's his legitimate net worth. I found that out recently, and I was like, shit. But yeah, I'm worth fucking $60 billion, and I probably gave you as much as a businessman makes in a year just to be in this fucking video.
Yeah, exactly. And that's what I mean. I just thought it was funny that he's acting like he's doing all the work and shit, he's welding and stuff and making this contraption, and then he does it and challenges somebody else to do it.
Yeah.
These celebrities are doing it. Shit, I watched the George W. Bush one.
Oh, so I saw that one too, where he just, yeah.
George W. I saw that one. His fucking wife is a total slut.
Oh my god.
Drops it on him. She's all acting all fucking naughty. Yeah.
I bet you wish this water was on me, don't you, W?
Yeah, exactly.
Chase me around with the bucket, please. Woohoo!
So it's a cool thing because it raises awareness and shit. Because I looked it up before and I started reading into it. I already knew what Lou Gehrig's disease was, but I didn't know that that's what ALS was associated with.
Yeah, it's weird that we got on this subject, but I mean, it's hip, it's now, it's wow and how, so why the fuck not? But
yeah, exactly. It's all trendy.
Yeah, so if it gets us more plays on SoundCloud, then waste all the water you want, you fucks. But I mean, no, the only time I hate it when celebrities do it is when they do it as some sort of attention-seeking bullshit. Like I saw Macklemore did it in front of a huge crowd in Germany during one of his songs. Just in the middle of his song, he pulled out styrofoam bucket of ice and water and dumped it on himself. He dumped it on himself and
Yeah,
threw the bucket into the crowd and started rocking out again. And then I saw another one with Panic at the Disco where he did the same exact thing, the singer Brendan Urie. But, I mean, at the end of that video, they did pull up a link to where you could go donate, so that's at least something. But,
Yeah, that's cool. I see what you're saying, though, because, dude, that's what they all are going to do. That's what they all are just trying to, you know, to get attention and shit. It's fucking insane. That's what all are about.
The thing that pissed me, the only Ice Bucket Challenge out of the thousands and thousands, I've probably already seen about 150 of them. But, and that's just a mix of celebrities and normal people and fail videos, you know. But no, the only one that's genuinely pissed me off is Lady Gaga's, which I already think that Lady Gaga is just a pretentious piece of shit.
Yeah.
But like,
quick question. Do you actually think that she's a guy? You think she's a guy?
I wouldn't be surprised, but it's another one of those things where like it doesn't apply to me or affect my life in general, so I just don't give a shit.
Oh yeah, definitely. I don't give a fuck either, but it's, you know, something that...
So rattle around the old noodle.
Yeah, anyway.
But, no, it pissed me off so much, because she was in another one of her weird-ass fucking outfits, and she just...
What, fucking salami?
Yeah, No, if you want, you can fucking look it up real quick, but, like, she's just fucking... She's sitting there in this weird, like, abstract black outfit on this, like, nice chair in this just, like, weird-looking room. It just basically looks like she's in the middle of one of her music videos, and she's sitting there completely silent, holding this fucking fancy, like, Mesopotamian-looking bowl. And she fucking just...
Wow, so it's like some dark, demented fucking, like...
Well, I wouldn't say it's dark and demented. It's just her being a fucking cunt, you know. And she just, without making a single sound, she just pours it on her fucking head, and the video ends. She doesn't, you know, she has no facial expression, nothing. She's just sitting there, and the only motion in the entire video is her left arm fucking pouring the bucket on her head, and her just sitting there as it rains down over her fucking smug bitch face.
that is fucking weird.
Yeah, and it's like, what the fuck? That, like, is not the point of this.
I wonder how many of these celebrities donated, like, they did the challenge and shit, and had all these bunch of people watching.
Yeah.
Didn't even donate that much.
You know, most of them have. I think about 90% of them have. Maybe even more. That's
like, just donated a small amount, like being all stingy?
No, not necessarily. I forgot who it was, but I did see something on Facebook earlier about somebody donating, like, to 25,000. But then again, to a celebrity, that is probably chump change. But...
Yeah, so that's what I mean, like, I just want Lady Gaga, Chris Pratt, and more, big deal. That's me, Chris Pratt.
Yeah.
Yeah, Lady Gaga does the creepiest ice bucket challenge yet.
Where the hell are you seeing that?
On the internet.
Oh my fucking god. Oh, did you look it up?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, dude. It's stupid.
What the fuck? Is that her?
Apparently.
Holy shit, she looks like shit. Did she gain weight?
I hope so.
Dude, she's a guy. Look at those fucking arms. Holy shit, I'm gonna send you a picture.
Even her feet in that video look like dude's feet. It's kind of weird.
Yeah, she's a man. Holy fuck, yeah, dude. She has, like, guy legs, too. She has fucking razor burn on her from shaving so much, from shaving off all that fucking Sasquatch hair.
Yeah.
Fuck. Yeah, dude.
You could see the hair bulging out of the top of her pants. Wait, what? No.
Yeah.
See the
She wears her yoga pants, you can just see her fucking dick hanging to the left.
Yeah, it's doing that cute little curve, you know?
Yeah. God damn. She's a massive bitch.
Dude, she's such a pretentious piece of garbage. She's fucking... she just, like, she thinks she's making art and shit, but in reality, she's just literally making shit. No.
Yeah. She has a good voice and stuff, but, I mean, her lyrics, some of her, like, earlier songs that I heard, like, her lyrics were pretty fucking, like, out there, which I thought was cool because they could have meaning. It's not just talking about, like, money and fucking getting drunk and shit, but then again, she does a lot of that, too.
Yeah.
And I mean, she's not like Kesha.
Oh, yeah, Kesha's... oh, fuck, let's not even... she's a piece of shit, too.
But yeah, I think a lot of the shit that Lady Gaga does is way more pretentious than Kesha.
Yeah, she's a fame whore, dude. She just wants everybody to be paying attention to her, just like fucking Miley Cyrus. It's just the same old shit.
Yeah, dude, fucking, the other day I was talking on the phone with the chick, and we're talking about Miley Cyrus, and I was making a joke about she's reading a poem, and I was making a joke, like, telling her to rap it or whatever. And, we started talking about, like, hip rappers or something, and I said Miley Cyrus, not Hannah Montana. I said Miley Cyrus is like a rapper, and she didn't think so. She was saying no, she's far from rapper. She's like a singer and does like country and shit.
Yeah. Well.
And obviously she hasn't heard her recent shit, and I haven't even. But I've heard enough to know that she's rapped.
Well,
already.
in her album, as far as I know, I don't think she has. But there is that one song that Mike Will Made It did with fucking Juicy J and Wiz Khalifa. And in that one, she kind of like fake raps or something. I don't fucking know.
Well, yeah, she's basically rapping and wearing like chains and watches and shit. And acting slutty, and you know.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I guess you could say she's a pop star or whatever, but she is taking on that vibe that she's like some living a gangster lifestyle.
Oh yeah, she's taken over that sort of urban kick. You know what I mean? That urban persona, because that's what's popular now. It's really weird.
Yeah, she's just trying to keep up with the times like everyone else. I know a lot of people, I don't even fucking care, but I know a lot of people, it's like controversial. Like, oh, she's fucking acting all sweaty and shit now. So what do you expect? That's how every other woman is at that age.
Yeah, pretty much.
Most.
Yeah, it's the standard now, and that's the sad thing.
Yeah. I don't think well, I guess if you got into country, there are some, like, respectable women artists. There's gotta be.
Oh, yeah, definitely. It's mostly, it's it's the saturated nature of pop music that is not necessarily to blame, but it's mainly where you'll find this stupid bullshit. Just like, and a lot of people misconstrue something that like this has only been like this now, but it's not. It's just it seems a lot more
popular.
It's just a lot more talked about and popular and stuff, just based on the way the internet is pretty much incorporated into our lives now. Like it without, like if the internet didn't exist, everybody would fucking, like if the internet just randomly didn't exist one day, everybody would freak the fuck out. Even I would, not gonna lie.
Well, yeah, and I mean, yeah, things would almost in a way just stunt. We would just like stop evolving, not like evolving like as a species or anything, but
just like socially.
Yeah, like music would I feel like would start getting stagnant almost.
Yeah. It's because like we lived without it 20 years ago. Well, we didn't live without it, but I mean, we didn't have it to the extent of where it's at right now. But
yeah, exactly.
So technically we didn't have it 20 years ago, so we didn't care for it because it just leads back to the whole, try to describe smelling to somebody who doesn't have a nose, like just because it's a really deep thing to compare to not having internet, but I mean it's true. Like just because you can't experience or receive the information doesn't mean the information isn't there. You know what I mean? So
yeah, exactly. I mean, it's pretty fucking crazy how you just go on your phone and go on Google or whatever, and within 20 seconds have whatever fucking knowledge you could possibly think of.
Oh yeah.
It's fucking crazy. It's like, you would try to explain that shit to a caveman, or, you try to explain that to somebody 50 years ago, like, I have this shit that can give me whatever you want to possibly fucking know in like 2 seconds, max.
Yeah, man, that's why homeschool is a fucking joke now.
Yeah.
It's such a... Because because just anything... Well, I mean, except for math, because math is still... You can't cheat math. But with everything else, it's like... who did this? Who did that? Oh, I don't know. Why don't you tell me, computer? Copy, paste. There it is.
Well, yeah, exactly. And there's, like, drawbacks and positives to it. There are a lot of people that think, like, the internet has totally just made us dumb.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't totally agree with that because it depends on what you use it for,
It's crazy to think about how just completely complicated the internet is. Think about the process it takes to create a website. Just like, you have to find out what, you have to first secure a link, not a link, but shit, I cannot talk right now. I used to know all this shit, but I just can't remember the lingo.
Like the proxies and HTTPs and shit.
Yeah, the HTTPs and fucking, like, you have to figure out all this shit. And just what it takes to be able to connect to the internet. Like, every time a router has ever gone out, and, like, you have to get on the phone with these fucking assholes who give you this long, convoluted fucking process in order just for it to get back to it. And what is the internet mainly used for? Fucking streaming porn and songs about asses and porn and fucking kitty cat videos. Like, it's so complicated that anybody who isn't already a part of it just can't even begin to describe it, like how to make it work and all this stupid shit. Not that it's, I'm not trying to say it's something that's just impossible to understand. I mean, with a couple lessons, you'll get it. But you know what I'm trying to say, though. It's like...
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's fucking nuts. It's like, just how fucking crazy that shit is. And then when you look at, like, the human body or how fucking complex, like, the Earth is, it's fucking mind-blowing. The internet seems small compared to that shit.
Yeah.
I mean, how, like, nutty it is. You can just go on and within a second, you can just pull up wherever the fuck you want, where you want with Wi-Fi and shit. It's like insane. And so, it's like 50 years from now, what the fuck,
Yeah.
So it's like somebody 50 years from now could come and start telling me all this shit I wouldn't believe them. I'd be like, what the fuck, how's that shit possible? It's like, oh, yeah, it is.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I hate it when I hear the people complain, like, like little Back to the Future Part 2 memes and stuff, like, oh, where's my self-tying shoes? Where's my fucking flying car? Dude, you have stuff that they didn't even portray in those movies. Like, you won't see you won't, like, we have stuff now that they couldn't even have imagined for fiction back in the 80s. Like, you won't see anything like an iPhone or an iPad in a fucking Back to the Future movie. Or like a fucking...
Yeah, dude, and like, I saw like a advertisement that was made in the 60s about LA. It was a drawing of what they thought LA would look like in 2013, and it was all like futuristic and shit. You know, it's like it's fucking. They made it, you know, obviously as futuristic as you could possibly imagine. But I think all of that shit probably will happen. But we could have been there by now had it not been for things like wars and spending money on dumb shit, and then people dumbing down, and rather than having a mind to want to invent something, they're just almost in a way just sitting down and watching soap operas and shit, rather than getting out there and trying to create something or create the future,
Right, exactly. And that, today we kind of had to do a shorter Unpopular Opinions, because we just kind of turned the mic on and started recording. But one of the last... Oh, wow, it actually has been 41 minutes. I only thought it's been like a half hour. But one thing I will fucking say is... One of the things, it's the topic of unpopular opinions. It's been getting people in hot water for years and years and years and years and years. And whether or not it's a positive thing in the modern day, I honestly think that the human race would be a lot more advanced if religion didn't exist.
Yeah.
Oh wow, that was like a 40-year-old dad laugh. Holy shit. But
So how do you think religion has held us back then? From inventing and creating the future.
Well, I mean, just in the fact that all the war it's costed, all the hate, all the fucking... it's basically...
money that was, put into shit like that.
We're not going to get into this tonight. That was meant to be a cliffhanger. But I will fucking say that... Picture it this way. Say you and your buddy are going to see a new superhero flick, right? And you're like, and one of you is arguing that Marvel's the best, and the other one's arguing that DC is the best. And you can use any example for this: Coke and Pepsi, fucking anything, KFC or Popeyes, you fucking name it. But imagine getting so fucking distraught over it. Like, no, DC's the best, we have Batman. No, Marvel's the best, we have Spider-Man. Fuck you, bitch. Just imagine people getting so fucking pissed about that they just go out and start fucking killing anybody who doesn't agree with them.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. Exactly, that's exactly what I see what you're saying with the religion.
That's how I look at it, and in the next Unpopular Opinions, which I guess we'll go ahead and call this one number 3 because it ended up being 42 minutes anyway. But in Unpopular Opinions 4, we're going to go over 2 things that are probably going to get us fucking killed on the street based on people misunderstanding what we're saying out of context. But we're going to we're going to be we're going to be talking about religion for one. And we're going to address the Ferguson case thing. Which...
Yeah, definitely. That's just fucking hot right now. Everyone's talking about that. Lately I've been seeing on Twitter and shit and on the internet has been ALS, I Cluck It, and Ferguson.
And I'll just say right now that 95% of the people who listen to it are not going to like what we have to say.
Yeah, definitely.
But
fine, because that's what it's called, Unpopular Opinions.
Exactly. So I think we'll do that tomorrow or the day after, some shit like that. I don't know. Who gives a fuck? But that'll be our next Unpopular Opinions. So until then, he's Chris, I'm Clay, you're a bitch. Good night.
Yeah. Yeah.